It seems like the universe is telling us to leave Webflow and Framer. Here, this week, we are coming with another tool that is such a strong, like it looks so good, and it really makes me want to leave Webflow.
Cmd+AI.
Stacki, made by Timothy Ricks. So this is his tool. It's in beta. I've downloaded it and made a whole, like actually 2 websites with it. Well, I let Fable make 2 instances, and I will show you what it can do. So the whole idea is that you can use Astro, the framework Astro, which by the way Webflow also uses underneath, to build your website. And then you have this visual editor that is very much Webflow like to edit things deterministically and visually, literally touching the code without touching the code. And I will just show you that. So here we have my agency website. I know it has bugs and whatnot because this is pretty much a one-time run. Yes, it can show all the different breakpoints next to one another, and you have like this UI that is very much like Webflow. Even here, your layers, we have the pages. You can go to the blog page. You see it did make some mistakes creating it, but yeah, as I said, this is pretty much a one-time run, and it has nothing to do with the tool exactly. This is more like Fable getting a Figma design and creating an Astro site, and now I can edit this Astro site visually. That's the point. The panel, just like the Webflow panel, and you can literally interact with it just like you would do with Webflow. And you have these components, you have the CSS classes, you have variables, and it all looks really good. And it's all code. It's literally touching the exact the main source code that we have. And I will show you the other example.
And just to be clear, this is a Mac app that runs on your Mac. You download it,
Yeah.
and you open your Astro projects inside of this Mac app.
Exactly, which I will show you with this one. This is another test project. I want to show it to you using this one because I already have it open in Cursor. So here we have the code inside of Cursor, and here we have the UI editor. So in the UI we have this button, and we can change the size like from 6 to 7, 6, 7. No, no. And you have like the text that says press me, and if I go here and say press me now and come here, you see it has changed. So this UI is literally reading the code and displaying the code. So this is a true window into the code and the way it is set up. And as you mentioned, here we have this style, as you mentioned prior to the video, we have this style for this button that I have just added. And here we can go to our global CSS. I can look at the button. You see it's 7.4 rems. I can say 7.9. And if I save this and come here, I notice it takes a second, but yeah, it loads in, and now the style has changed. So pretty much everything is code, and you have a visual editor. It has a CMS. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it completely because it's not exactly a one-to-one to Webflow. And then so here we basically have MD files, as you mentioned, but we can add fields to the collections, but now I can't. I know.
I thought we didn't figure that one out because that needs to be done through code.
Well, I know there's a UI for it, but it doesn't show up for whatever reason. Let me open the other project. I don't know how to also switch between projects, so I close it and then open it again, and now I can switch.
Probably something they need to figure out how you're able to do that.
See, there is this setting. There is this setting, and if I go to, so in the collections, oh, I can't do it in the collections, but in here, in general, I can add fields. So I can add a repeater item. So it is very early. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is just a few weeks old. And I think it has really good concepts behind it. And let me show you one other thing. It has a vertical adjustment slider, something that Webflow has been failing at giving us for ages. We had this with FinSuite extensions before that got depreciated. So it's really sad to think about today's tools for visual editing, how slow they are moving. And I really hope that Webflow comes up with something maybe like this that is opinionated but not too much, and it allows me to do things with my agent, so not necessarily through Webflow, and I hope not even through an MCP, because that would be another abstraction layer in a way, but directly, maybe how it is now with Astro. This can be any Astro project, and just for the ones who want to add things manually, yes, you can add components or elements. You have all the HTML elements that you want. You can add them manually and edit them and do all the manual work. You can do a lot of the annoying things that Webflow doesn't let you do. You can do them here. You can add media queries. You have your variables, and all of this I let Claude set it up. I gave it a Figma design. I gave it the tools and the links and said, set up this project with this design with Stacki and with Astro and with Lumos. That's it. And it did this all in pretty much half an hour.
And then the only final thing to mention is that this obviously the flaw is that it's not really a multi-user experience, this thing. So
not yet. Yeah.
Each of your team will have to download their own version of Stacki, and to publish this, you push it up to Git, and you'll have to have some integration with your GitHub and let's say a Vercel account or something like that, and that'll need to be set up by you. So, and to get changes in, you have to pull down each other's code, whatever. This to me is 90% of what I think Webflow will release. This free tool. Remember what I said? I've got my prediction of there's a free tool. You can publish to Webflow. Right now, this allows you to publish to GitHub, but I think their software will push it to get to Webflow's servers, which is just Cloudflare. And so that'll be the change here. And I mean, the CMS is obviously something that lives locally on, in the code or whatever. It's not like some sort of remote thing. So again, clients need a way to be able to edit the CMS, which they can't through all of this. So again, I think they will remove the localized CMS aspect, and it will be tuned to a remote CMS feature from Webflow, which I predict will be a paid for bolt-on. Otherwise, you'll have to plug and play your own CMS or whatever from it. So I think this is, and it's using Astro under the hood, which is, it's using Astro, which Webflow been a strong proponent of Astro for a little while. So I genuinely think this is what we're going to likely see.
Yeah, I agree. I just hope that the agentic part, that they won't close it, so it's like I can use my own agent to build and then use the Webflow UI and whatever environment that they set up to interact with the build, and then I can bring in my own CMS, or I don't mind using the Webflow CMS and pay for it if it's not limited. Like right now, seeing what other CMSs can do, Webflow CMS to me is very limited. It's something from 2019 at best, if not 16. That like I want to be able to to define components, feed those components with data dynamically, and also be able to repeat them as many times as I want and drag and drop them in a page wherever I want. That's not what Webflow templates allow us. So
Well, yeah.
I want that.
I hope that they'll improve on that, and I guess the most people will. And you mentioned the agent thing. I think again, that'll be another panel here to agentically work with Webflow's AI, and which you pay a $30 a month subscription for if you want to use Webflow, and it will be all integrated into the app. However, you can still bring your own agent. You can still work with the raw Astro project under the hood of Webflow. I call it Webflow build, but
If not, I hate to say this actually, but I think it will be really hard to make a point for Webflow for many clients, including even the enterprise, because these tools will get better in static, this, and probably like many more tools that I haven't covered or even seen. They will get better at all that infrastructure side of things. That's how they are starting, but they will get eventually good at letting you have users and permissions. I mean, InStatic has all of that, right?
Yeah.
So
and then just to again help people compartmentalize this tool and how it differs, InStatic's a good one, because InStatic you can host remotely, and everyone can log in and change the same website at the same time, whereas this one again it works through Git, so you're bound by the Git push, Git pull branches and that whole workflow, so it's slightly more disjointed in that respect. It's a slightly more
and it's less opinionated, I believe. Even though it's based on Astro, it's still less opinionated than InStatic, I believe.
InStatic.
I don't know what's InStatic based on, but I feel like with InStatic you have more opinionated build.
Yeah, I don't think, I have to look into it, but I don't think you're building like a React project under the hood. I think InStatic is still having its own translation layer like Webflow. It's just easier to work with. I don't know. But you just got to, I think people dive into these tools and they might not know all of the use cases. So I'm just trying to paint a picture that this is a very Strappy, or whatever it's called, is a very solo effort. This becomes difficult to work with teams if you don't know Git, because you can see the publish button at the top right is publish to Git or create a merge request or something with your changes. So you need all of that set up for this to be a team effort, or even a solo effort, to be fair.
But I feel like this is getting close. I feel like I can build my site maybe here and push it over the weekend. I don't have time.
I think you'd be better off. I think you're better off using InStatic. I don't think this is the tool for you, especially if you've got team members. I don't know. It's funny because he did write that post and say like he wants to use Webflow and this and that. This doesn't look like he would use Webflow. This looks like he would just go straight to using this. You know, he built the tool that he was sick to death, so he built his own tool. So I doubt we would be seeing much of him from a Webflow standpoint.
Go try it out. It's open source. It's free. It's on beta. Just download it and then tell Claude, hey, in this folder, create whatever site that you want. Play with it. Give Timothy feedback. Share it on social. We want to push this type of work. Same with InStatic. We really want to push this type of work so people see it and you support the creators. And with that, these tools will get better and we will benefit from them. So
this is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.
Command